Now they're not going to talk because
So we're here with Dave Koller. This is some TYT Underground. We're getting reaction on the RNC convention.
It's Wednesday night. We've been here 3 days. The convention has been 2 or 3 days, depending on how you count. 1 day left. Let me lay a couple things out for you. First, for us, the convention's in 2 locations. There's the Tampa Convention Center, which is a typical convention center, large open spaces. What you have there is your radio row and the big open spaces for the back end of the media to work. Anonymous people sitting behind desks typing things out in big, giant open spaces. And radio row where politicians and people like that come through to be guests on the radio. A short walk or shuttle ride away is the Times the Forum, the actual convention. It's an arena. It's a basketball arena type. That's where the speeches are, the delegates are. It's all the red, white, and blue, and full of balloons. And we've been going back and forth between them. So compared to previous conventions that I've been to, the McCain convention, it was kind of a mess. They didn't really make it look nearly as nice as this. It seems like they didn't put as much money into it. This one's very spacious and clean and nice looking. But neither one, McCain nor Romney's convention, have very much energy. The only energy coming so far from this might change, has been from the Ron Paul people, who you read about this in the press. They were the one actual piece of business that might have been going on at this convention that means something, is they were trying to get what they call recognition. I don't even exactly know what that recognition entails, but they needed the rules to allow 10 states to vote on the, I don't know the details. And the Republican National Committee changed up the rules, so the Ron Paul people got shut out and they got angry. They're protesting all around. They did come to some sort of resolution. It's not really that important. We've run by a lot of Ron Paul fans who recognize the Young Turks, and they all love us as if we're on board with them, but they freak me out. They're cult of personality. I don't know if I want to get in bed with them. So we got that going on. What else do we have here? All right, this convention, generally the people here are disgusting. In one 10-minute span the first day, I ran into Karl, Rove, Britt Hume, Charles Krauthammer, Grover Norquist, Reince Priebus, and I felt physically a little ill. With Karl Rove, I did want to yell out to him that his Iraq war was murderous, but I couldn't do it. A little scared, a little obnoxious. I ran into him again today, and I didn't want to yell out to him. I wanted to tell him to his face, so I went to shake his hand and said, "Karl Rove." He looked at me, and then just kept on walking. So I didn't get my chance. I have other friends here. David Brooks is now my friend. I ran into him in the first day, and I asked him if he could do an interview. He said, no, I'm writing a column. It's due today. And I understand that. It's no problem. He was writing his column. It turns out that column was printed. It's one of the most talked about things. It was utter nonsense. The first 95% of the column is some over-exaggerated, absurd version of legitimate criticism of Mitt Romney. He makes it so that he's ridiculing. He makes it so exaggerated that you ridicule the opponents of Mitt Romney. And in the final paragraph, he concludes that Mitt Romney is actually a reasonable guy. And this is actually what I said to David Brooks. I said, all of your columns are clever and smart, and you come at them from a different angle. And at the end, you conclude that the Republican is right. So I ran into him again today, and I said, David Brooks, can you explain that column to me? Even my mom emailed me, and she said, look, even David Brooks doesn't like Mitt Romney. What's going on? He said, hey, there's this little wry, sardonic smile on his face. He said, oh, no, I just write them. You got to figure out what they mean. I'm not happy with that guy. But he's at least cooler than John Sununu. I went to John Sununu. I said, hey, can I interview you? And he said, sure, yeah. So I was getting the camera ready, and he said, who are you with? And I said, Young Turks. And he said, oh, no. He pushed the camera away. He said, I'm not talking to you guys. That's Al Gore's network. You guys exaggerate everything and distort it. I'm not talking to you. And he ran off. I ran into Darrell Issa just a few minutes ago. And as he was leaving, I said to the man, can we, in the spirit of unity, just drop this Fast and Furious nonsense? He looked at me and said, yeah, right. What I really want to ask him is if he read that Forbes article that exposes Fast and Furious is completely the opposite of what he alleges it is. And that's all I have on the convention. Run on too long. Thanks for watching. TYT Underground.